Chapter 1. The Expert. Miordine is beyond pissed off at her father. When her father offered her a bigger position in the family company, she didn't expect to be on Mercury assessing the financial risk of their mines. The 20-year-old has been confined to her room on Mercury for the last week to get used to the pressure difference, and boy, there's a huge difference. The moment Miordine stepped off the transport ship, she felt gravity crushing her. She was more than happy to spend the first few days acclimating to the changes, but now she feels cooped up in a small room. A knock on the door disturbs Miordine from her thoughts. The door hisses open to a man in a well-pressed suit. "Hello, Miss Rembrandt. Please follow me to the conference room. Lady Prospera is waiting." Miordine does as she's told and follows the man to a small room with a long table. It's something she's noticed on Mercury. Every room feels so small and claustrophobic. She chalks it up to the limited funding or the lack of resources in comparison to her home station that's currently drifting near Neptune. A woman wearing a white helmet with a visor covering her eyes stands at the head of the long table. "Miss Rembrandt, I hope you're doing well. Please, take a seat and we can get started." Something about this woman is off. Miordine just can't put her finger on it yet. The younger woman takes a seat at the very end of the table. "A pleasure to meet you in person, Lady Prospera. My father has said great things about you." He hasn't, really, but Miordine figures she can cop a few brownie points by buttering up this woman's ego. "Oh, has he? Mr. Doyling is too kind." Prospera's lips twist in an unnerving smile. "Shit, they must have some kind of bad blood." The younger woman starts to sweat. The door slides open, and a different man in a crisp suit stiffly marches in. He bows. "Lady Prospera, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but your daughter is still missing." The woman in white sighs and shakes her head, like this is an inconvenience to her. "Send a search party through the mines. Make sure to check mine 227. You know how much she likes to go sightseeing." The man quickly bows and runs out the room. Lady Prospera returns her smile to Miordine. "Sorry about that. My daughter is the adventurous type. You may meet her at some point during your stay, but let's get back on track, shall we?" Miordine wipes the sweat from her palms on the top of her skirt and nods, now determined to make the best decisions for her family's business. On the other side of the mining facility, Suletta is exploring a freshly dug cave that has been placed on hold until President Dwelling gives funding to Shinsei. "Ariel, I think we should turn around." Suletta glances away from the drone for a moment to gaze at the vein of minerals shining on the wall of the cave. "Ariel?" The redhead calls for the small drone. Silence. Suletta panics. She frantically flashes her light and starts walking further into the cave. "Come on, Ariel. It's not the time to be playing hide and seek." The young woman places a hand over her heart, trying to calm down. "Where are you?" Suletta's head snaps to the sound of her sister in distress. She sees a small hole in the cave wall that looks just big enough for the small drone to fit into. "Don't move! Help is on the way, Ariel!" The redhead flashes the light down the hole to see one of Ariel's propellers is damaged by the sharp rock. Without a moment of hesitation, Suletta climbs headfirst into the hole. Her shoulders just barely clear the width. She slides back out only to have one arm in the swimmer's position in front of her and the other arm squeezed tightly by her side. Growing up in the mines with her family meant Suletta has plenty of experience climbing into tight places to place detonation charges or surveying a new area. Suletta has the perfect build for doing such dangerous work. She is taller than most women, but shorter than the majority of the men on the planet, and she has incredible strength for how slim her body is. Of course, the spacesuit she frequents adds a bit of bulk to her frame, but she is able to do the job without any issues. Only, there's one unseen problem. The rocky hole she climbed into has a slight slope the further she slides in, causing her helmet to get firmly lodged. She doesn't notice until it's too late. There's no chance of escape. Ariel? I can't move. Suletta blinks confused as to what just happened. No, I'm not joking. The panic hasn't set in for the experienced caver, but she knows once it does, it might lead to her death. She's lost a few friends of the family to getting stuck in the same situation or being crushed to death by chunks of minerals that were sold the next day. It's the unfortunate reality of living on a mining planet. Okay, no big deal. I've been stuck before. This will be a piece of cake. Suletta spots a large rock protruding from the floor close to her chest. She carefully tilts her chest until it presses firmly on her suit's emergency beacon. Don't worry, someone will notice. I mean, I haven't seen Mom all day. She has to be worried about us. The redhead smiles to reassure her sister. Yeah, now let's take a look at that injury. Suletta uses her forward arm to shove the broken blade back in place. There we go, good as new. She moves her arm to a more comfortable position and waits. Now she only hopes the signal can reach someone.